Hello everyone, and welcome back. I'm really happy you're here today. Wherever you are right now, maybe driving home, sitting quietly at night, walking outside, or simply taking a break from a busy day. I hope these next few minutes bring you a little peace, clarity, and motivation. Today, I want to talk about something that sounds simple, but can completely transform your life. Becoming a little better every single day. Not perfect. Not extraordinary overnight, just better, one small step at a time. Because the truth is, most people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment to change. They wait until they feel motivated. They wait until Monday. They wait until next month. They wait until life becomes easier. But growth rarely happens because of one perfect moment. Real growth usually happens quietly, in small daily decisions that nobody else notices. And that's what we're going to explore together today. So take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin. There's something interesting about human nature. We love dramatic transformation stories. We admire the athlete who suddenly becomes successful, the entrepreneur who becomes rich, the artist who becomes famous, the student who becomes brilliant. But what we often don't see are the years behind the scenes, the boring days, the lonely practice, the repeated failures, the moments of doubt. Success looks sudden from the outside, but most of the time, it was built slowly, very slowly. Think about nature for a moment. A tree does not grow overnight. A river shapes stone over many years. The sunrise arrives gradually. The most powerful changes in life are usually slow and consistent. And honestly, that can feel frustrating. Because we live in a world addicted to speed. Fast food, fast entertainment, fast results, fast success. We want everything immediately. But meaningful things take time. Confidence takes time. Wisdom takes time. Trust takes time. Mastery takes time. And maybe one of the hardest lessons in life is learning how to be patient with your own growth. I think many people secretly feel behind in life, especially today. You open social media and suddenly it feels like everyone else is doing better. Someone is traveling the world. Someone bought a new house. Someone built a successful business. Someone seems happier, healthier, smarter, more attractive. And little by little, comparison steals your peace. But here's something important to remember. You are seeing edited moments, not complete lives. Every person you admire has struggles you cannot see. Everyone feels uncertain sometimes. Everyone fails sometimes. Everyone gets tired sometimes. Nobody has life completely figured out, even the people who look successful. And honestly, comparing your life to someone else's highlight reel is one of the fastest ways to destroy your motivation. Because your journey is supposed to look different. Your timeline is different. Your experiences are different. Your challenges are different. Life is not a race. And yet so many people spend their entire lives rushing. Rushing to succeed. Rushing to prove themselves. Rushing to achieve more. But what if life is not only about achieving? What if part of life is simply experiencing? Experiencing conversations. Experiencing quiet mornings. Experiencing laughter. Experiencing growth. Experiencing ordinary moments that later become beautiful memories. Sometimes we become so obsessed with the future that we forget to notice the present. And the present is where life actually happens. Not yesterday. Not tomorrow. Right now. I once heard someone say, "Your life is made of ordinary days." And honestly, that sentence stayed with me. Because we often imagine happiness as something far away. A future achievement. A future relationship. A future version of ourselves. We tell ourselves, "I'll finally be happy when I become successful. I'll finally relax when I earn more money. I'll finally enjoy life when everything is perfect." But life keeps moving while we wait. And perfection never arrives. There will always be another goal, another challenge, another problem to solve. That's why learning to appreciate small moments matters so much. A peaceful walk, a meaningful conversation, a good cup of coffee, a song that touches your heart, a quiet evening after a difficult day. These moments may seem small, but together, they become your life. And maybe happiness is not something huge and dramatic. Maybe happiness is simply learning how to notice what's already good. Now, I want to talk about failure for a moment, because failure scares almost everyone. People avoid trying new things because they're afraid to look foolish, afraid to fail, afraid to embarrass themselves, afraid of judgment. But failure is not the opposite of growth. Failure is part of growth. Every skilled person was once a beginner. Every confident speaker once felt nervous. Every successful writer once wrote terrible pages. Every athlete once struggled. Every expert once felt lost. Nobody begins as extraordinary. Growth always starts with discomfort. And honestly, one of the biggest differences between successful people and unsuccessful people is not talent. It's persistence, the willingness to continue after failure. Because failure itself is not what stops most people. Discouragement stops them. They fail once and decide they are incapable. But imagine if children learned to walk that way. A child falls hundreds of times while learning to walk. Yet they continue trying. Again and again. They don't think, maybe walking just isn't for me. They simply keep going. Somewhere along the way, adults forget how to do that. We become embarrassed by imperfection. We want immediate mastery. But real growth demands patience. It demands humility. It demands the courage to be bad at something long enough to eventually become good. And honestly, that applies to almost everything in life. Learning English, building confidence, starting a business, creating art, improving relationships. Progress is rarely dramatic. It's usually invisible at first. And that's why consistency matters more than motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel inspired. Some days you feel exhausted. That's normal. Human beings are emotional creatures. You cannot depend entirely on motivation. Instead, you build systems, habits, routines, small repeated actions. Because tiny actions repeated consistently can completely transform your life. Reading 10 pages every day may not feel powerful. But over 1 year, that becomes thousands of pages. Walking 30 minutes every day may seem small. But over time, your body changes. Your mind changes. Your energy changes. Practicing English for 15 minutes every day may feel insignificant. But after months, you suddenly realize you understand more. Speak more naturally. Feel more confident. Little things become big things through repetition. And honestly, this idea gives me hope. Because it means your future is not decided by one single moment. It's shaped by daily choices. Small choices. The choice to continue. The choice to try again. The choice to improve little by little. Now let's talk about something many people struggle with. Self-doubt. That voice inside your head saying, "You're not good enough. You're too late. You'll probably fail. Other people are better than you." Everyone experiences self-doubt sometimes. Even highly successful people. Confidence is not the absence of doubt. Confidence is moving forward despite doubt. And often, confidence is built through action. Not thinking. Not waiting. Action. Because every time you do something difficult, your brain learns. I survived this. And slowly, you begin trusting yourself more. That's how confidence grows. Not magically. Not instantly. But gradually. One uncomfortable moment at a time. I think many people underestimate how powerful resilience really is. Life will disappoint you sometimes. Plans will fail. People will leave. Unexpected problems will appear. That's part of being human. But resilience is the ability to continue anyway. Not because life is easy, but because you decide not to give up on yourself. And honestly, resilience often looks quiet. It looks like waking up and trying again. It looks like continuing after heartbreak. It looks like believing in yourself during uncertain times. Strength is not always loud. Sometimes strength is simply refusing to quit. There's another important thing I want to mention today. Rest is important too. In a world obsessed with productivity, many people feel guilty for slowing down. But you are not a machine. You are a human being. And humans need rest. Rest is not laziness. Rest allows recovery, creativity, healing. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is pause. Sleep well. Go outside. Talk to someone you love. Spend time away from screens. Your mental health matters. Your peace matters. And honestly, life becomes much more meaningful when success is balanced with well-being. Because what's the point of achieving everything if you're constantly exhausted? Now, before we finish today, I want you to remember something. You do not need to transform your entire life overnight. You do not need perfect confidence before starting. You do not need all the answers. You do not need perfect timing. You just need a beginning. A small beginning is still a beginning. Maybe today your step is tiny. That's okay. Tiny steps still move you forward. And over time, those small steps create momentum. Momentum creates change. And change creates a different future. One day, you may look back and realize the small habits, small decisions, and small moments of courage quietly transformed your life. Not instantly, but steadily. You are growing in ways you cannot yet see. Even now,